guys, this is Dave FX Hunter here, and we are having 21st April Saturday, and I'm going to go through the charts which I'm trading, and we are going to look what I have in the plan for the next week and what happened last week. So with the dollar index, last week we finally had this move which I was waiting for a couple of weeks, almost even the month. This is the long consolidation which was here from the beginning of the year, which we saw as well on the Euro USD and Pound USD. So it was consolidating, and now the banks are finally making its move, which I was expecting. So now we are coming into this daily supply zone, testing this trend line, and as I expect, this supply zone was a couple times tested. It should be broken and go up. On the 4 hours time frame, there is already established the uptrend, so I believe that it will continue for a couple of next weeks. Looking to the gold, we are weekly in the uptrend, daily we are in this consolidation, and 4 hours we have an uptrend. However, we are hitting this strong supply zone which caused this move. Per the COT data, I was watching that the market makers, they added to longs, they took the market higher, and then actually I don't see what happened then, because it was released on the Tuesday, so I don't have a data for the what was happening in these last two free candles. But obviously there will be probably, as they usually do when they move market to the supply zone, they close their longs there and they are in short. So for the moment I'm not interested to trade the gold till it breaks this daily trend line and remove this, absorb this demand zone. And if this happens, then I will be interested to short it to the low, and if this low is broken, then I will be interested to short it to the 1268. But for now I don't have any trade set up there, so I stay off, just watching it. This is the Aussie, as I said in the last Forex market previews, we had nice uptrend on the 4 hours, and we took longs in my group, and we closed the trades about just here. And I said, and I posted it as well in my Telegram channel, that the move up is limited because on the daily we still have this downtrend and still this downtrend line, which failed to break it up, and now we are going lower, and I expect the market broke through this low, and if that happens, I will be interested to short it on the corrections, and I will be shorting it to this daily demand zone, which is nested with this weekly demand zone, and in this area I will be then potentially looking for the longs, but for now I stay with the bears. This is the Euro USD. Finally this consolidation is breaking lower. This trade I posted in my channel, so actually in my paid group we are already in the trades and we are making money on the swaps, but this one was in the free channel, so those who took this trade are now already in the profit, and I expect this consolidation to be broken and take us lower. I have already two trades on two shorts on the euro, and I will be adding another one, and with the targets around 120. Pound is making its move finally as well, so a lot of people thought that's a bullish, but you see this Brexit supply is such a strong zone, and I believe that it's not gonna be broken so easily, so we will potentially look lower to the 136 area, which I expect. So we have now the broken daily trend line, which I expect we retested, and then this is the old trade plan. This one should not be here. So right now I will be watching on these 4 hours. We have a 2 demand zone absorbed, which created new supply. So on the correction, On this one I'll be looking Kiwi as well, breaking through the daily trend line. This is happening on the all majors. The dollar is just making the comeback. It's you can see that it's on this consolidation, which was from the beginning of the year, almost 3 months consolidation, and now we're getting the move. So I can suggest to everyone, it's good to buy the dollar against all pairs right now. You can hold it for a couple weeks, even for the months, because this consolidation is pretty big, and if the consolidation is big, then the move is big as well. So I will definitely short this Kiwi dollar, I will short the pound dollar, I will add more trades to the euro dollar, and I will hold the trades for a while. So this one could definitely look down here to this weekly demand zone, and as well it's nested with the monthly demand zone. So I believe we are coming down here, which is something like a 300 pips lower, and that the potential to enter the trade is very good ratio, so you can get like a 1-to-3 ratio at least. Dollar yen is weekly on the downtrend. The daily we have already uptrend, but you know, this supply zone is so strong, and it's not convincing me to add the longs now. So I actually have one long, but with the short stop loss, and it will probably go lower the market. So you know, it could break higher, but I'm not gonna add the longs now because it's too high. So for now, no trade setup for me. USD CAD, this is the perfect trade as I was expected. Market came into this weekly daily demand zone, which is nested with the weekly and the 4 hours, and it's making it's moving rapidly. And here I want to point some very important thing on the COT data report. The banks changed their positions, and it's changed rapidly. So they are now 30,000 net positions long, and it's changed like per 19%, which is a lot. And we have already 2 trades in my paid group. I as well opened I was a little bit gambling here on the news, and I opened half lot, so I have now something like 400 already profit on this trade, which is beautiful. So yeah, and I was planning here to close the trade partially, which I will actually not do, because I didn't expect that the trend line will be broken, this downtrend line. It is broken pretty heavily, so this market will not come back down very easily. So I will be looking for another trade if this supply zone will be removed. I'll be looking for the correction, and I will add another trade. So I will go up with a couple lots. Aussie get a similar situation, however the Aussie is not so strong currency at the moment, but I believe it will make its move a little bit higher, but I will be closing when I will receive when the market will come into this daily supply zone. I will probably move the stop loss into the break even and close part of the position, and will let it run up. If it will run, then I will remove this absorb this supply zone, and I will be looking to add another trades. But we will see. We have this strong bearish pin bar. So let's see. This up move is potentially to may happen, but it might not gonna happen, because CAT is very weak, and Aussie I expect to be weaker now. So it could be consolidating. Yeah. So for now I have this long, and I will not with the short target. So yeah. Aussie Kiwi, we have nice break of this daily trend line. However, weekly we are still on the downtrend, and 4 hours we have nice uptrend already established. So what I will be looking for now, because we have 2 supply zones removed, so I can say that this is already uptrend. So I can draw this trend line. However, this is not the trend line which should be drawn, because this is the pausing areas. This is not the valley. This is not the like a higher high, lower low, lower high, and higher high. So this is the aggressive trend line. So I expect this trend line doesn't have a too big value for me, because for the have a nice uptrend, I would love to see it move up, move lower, and then move up, you know, like the ABCD pattern. But it's not yet, and I believe it's gonna happen here. But for the moment now, I can draw this one to see that I have an uptrend, and I will draw it like this. And when it's gonna happen, I will draw the trend line like that. So as I said, we have already broken this daily trend line, so I will be waiting for the retest of this demand zone and this trend line, and I will be entering the trade, and my take profit will be below this daily supply zone, and it's nested with the weekly, you know, so it's here. And because it's still downtrend, so I will, when the market reach here, this level, and I will be in the profit, I will close part of the position and move the top loss to the break even. And if the market goes higher and remove this supply on the correction, I will be looking to add another trades to my theme trades. This is the EuroCAD. EuroCAD is the weekly uptrend, daily uptrend, and however, we tested this daily demand zone to here, and now we are moving higher. Two nice engulfing candles. This is the beautiful. So I'm just waiting till this level will be removed, and then I will be looking to take a long into this daily supply zone, just take the advantage of that. So I believe that this could happen. So when this happens and market will do the correction move, so then I will be looking to enter the trade, which could gives me something like 150 pips. I will go with a short, with a small target. Let's see where it's gonna happen. So for the moment, I think it could be potentially somewhere. Sorry, I think it could be potentially something like this, because here is the area where the market broke through this level, and I already know from my experiences that this is the area where the market is very strong. You can see this two strong bullish candles, so this could be nice trade. Yeah, but first I need to remove this, absorb this supply zone, so I have an alarm here. When this is hit, then a lot of retail traders, they will enter their longs, but this is the stupid thing, because they will enter their longs on the tops. So what the market will basically do, it will go down to take their stop losses, and this is where I will be waiting to enter the market and continue on. So let's see how this is gonna be played. So this is the EuroCAD. So the previous one was the Euro Aussie. So let's look back again. You can see, yes, this is the Euro Aussie. It's my mistake. However, this trade is still valid how it is. So we actually have this the trade which I had here before this trade. We are in this trade already in my group, and we will potentially add another trade here with if this supply zone, it will be removed, as I said. So this is the Euro Aussie, and as I expect very weak Aussie, the Euro will be very weak as well, but however, it still can be stronger than this one, because we can see that we are going to retest this daily demand. It could of course break higher, but we have strong supplies on the weekly, so I don't expect this should happen, but here is still space to go higher. So this is the EuroCAD. EuroCAD, we have a weekly uptrend. However, here was his strong supply zone which hits, and now we are in this daily demand zone. So for the moment, what I see here, we have as well the daily is a downtrend and the 4 hours uptrend. So what could happen here now? This daily supply zone is weak, so I believe that we could come back in this daily supply, which is nested with this weekly one. So here could be the nice trade higher. It's a potentially nice 200 pips. However, I must wait till this supply zone is removed. So what could potentially happen is that the market goes up, then it could go down, which will be probably the correction on the USD CAD, and when the correction on the USD CAD and the Euro USD is happening, this pair will be going down and then potentially up again when they start to make their move again. So you can see that this one is moving up, so that means that the CAD is weaker than the Euro USD, because they are both going down, but the CAD is the weaker one. So let's go up now. The Euro Pound is a very tricky situation. I had the stop loss last week here. So the weekly we have a downtrend because the low was broken, and so new trend line could be drawn. So the daily we have as well the downtrend, but however last 4 days was strong move up, 2 ERC candles, extended range candles, and 2 supply zones were removed. So it could potentially be new established uptrend. So I would be looking for the long if the market drops lower here, not from this demand zone on the 4 hours, but from this one. If the market drops down here, then I believe that the potentially we can move on higher for the 180 pips, and I could take the trade with the ratio 285. So that would be something like 60 pips stop loss going for 180 pips. This is a risk which I want to take. This is the euro yen. This is more like a consolidation, 4 hours, nothing. I'm not interested in this chart for the moment. This is not clear, and it would be only the gambling for me. Euro Kiwi, we have a weekly uptrend, but now we are consolidating between 2 supply zones on the daily. Here is a tricky situation. So we have this consolidation, which we can see on the weekly. It's many weeks in the consolidation and even more days on the daily. So now I'm waiting if the market breaks higher. I have the alarm here. So if the market breaks higher, actually, then I have to redraw this trend line. So then we will have an uptrend, and so this trend line will not be valid. This one will not be valid, so we will have uptrend, and that means that if I have weekly uptrend, daily uptrend, it will be of course 4 hours uptrend as well. So then I will be looking for the new trades from the new created demand zones, but for now it's in this consolidation. So I don't do anything, I'm just waiting. I have my alarms on the top and on the lows, and I will be watching what's gonna happen. This is the pound Aussie. Pound Aussie, there is nothing here for me because this is the consolidation. We are on the uptrend and consolidating. If I will enter the trade now, it would not be very clever because the market can drop lower for the more potential longs. I would be interested to take longs when we are down here, but not here, because all this area could be my risk, and I'm not gonna take this. And for the taking shorts, you know, I will not enter now because as well the market could start to go move higher, and this is not for me. So if the market breaks through this low where I have my alarm, if they break lower and they remove this demand zone as well, here's a small demand zone. So if they move lower, then I could be interested to take short on the retracement and to short it to here, which is like 500 pips, but overall it's against the trends. So I would take this short with very small position. pound cut is messy because I have weekly uptrend, daily downtrend, but in this daily demand zone. However, this one is a very weak one. You can see it was tested a couple times now with the pin bar, but I believe that we can move a little bit higher and then break it and come into this daily demand zone potentially here, and then potentially the trades up. But as I said, I expect the weak pound and weak CAD, so there's gonna be a lot of sideways, so I'm not interested in this chart. This is the pound yen. Pound yen have pretty nice situation right now because we have on the weekly uptrend, but it was broken with strong engulfing candle. Now we are retesting this supply zone which caused this break, and we are getting a nice reaction, but on the daily it's uptrend, and I'm waiting for this trend line to break. And on the 4 hours we have already downtrend established, so we can see so it's like a reversal trade, reversal, because we see it's from the smaller time frame, so we see 4 hours, so it's already downtrend. Then when this daily break it and retest it, it's gonna be downtrend. So potentially I see the target on the 142, but I must wait for the confirmation. It's too early to enter a trade now. I actually had already one trade here. From here to here I took something like 200 pips, but for now I closed it because we will have this trend line in the place, so I will see how the market will behave now. If it breaks, which I believe it will breaks, then I will be looking for the shorts. This is the pound kiwi. This is total mass. It's nothing here. Consolidation now. We moving up and down, nowhere. So we are in the middle of the between supply and demand. I'm not interested in. I even don't bother. Kiwi cat. This is nice. I mean, we have the weekly broken trend line. And created nice area of the supply zone. We have removed this one demand zone, and what I see here as well on the daily as well, we have broken trend, and on the 4 hour is already the downtrends established. However, this area is very it's not any strong move, you know, so the departure from here is not strong. So what I want to see, I want to see the retest of these levels high, and then from there I will be interested to taking the shorts. So definitely short, and it's potential for a lot of pips. I believe I see here is something like 300 pips. However, it still must can come higher, where I will be more interested and committed to take a trade. Yeah, this is the kiwi yen, and here is a bit a tricky chart as well. So we have a weekly, we are in the downtrend because this low was overshoot, so this is clear downtrend. However, what I believe and what I see here on the daily, on the daily we have a uptrend already. We have 2 supply zones removed, and now we are moving lower. And on the 4 hours we have uptrend as well already. And what I believe it could happen is that we will see the retest of these demand zone, and then continuation trade up, which I will be interested to take this trade with the take profit below here, and it gives me the ratio of 3 to 364, which is pretty nice. So I will be risking, actually I will be risking only 80 pips and going for the going for the 300 pips. And this take profit, you can see it's here below this trend line. So I believe that right now we are going to drop lower and retest this trend line. Why I think this? Because I see this nice volume and I see these two candles, strong candles in the row, removing these supply zones and now consolidating back. So here is nice area to take a long. And this is I think the all pairs which I trade for the moment. Obviously I'm watching more pairs, but this is the pairs which is for me interesting to trade. So this is it. And the next other pairs, I'm of course watching them, but I don't trade them because right now I have in my portfolio 21 pairs for the trading, and this is pretty enough to watch it. And so let's have a look what we have the news next week. Oh look, we start with the Canadian dollar, then we have the Aussie inflation. This is what I believe will make the CAD weaker, as the Aussie weaker. We have a consumer confidence. This is the USD data. Again, the Canadian dollar, I believe the Canadian dollar will be getting weaker and weaker. And here is the ECB conference. So they will be, I think they will be speaking about the interest rates, which could be used as a trigger for the short on the Euro USD. And the Friday we will have it will be about mainly about the yen. And what we have as well here, we have the gross domestic products, and the Carney will be speaking about the pound. So pretty nice news for next week. So I believe there will be volatility. And the next week we will have FOMC. I see the next week is already non-farm payrolls. We have this one. So yeah, so that so the following week is a lot of news about the Euro ECB conference will be important, definitely the JPY, the CAD. So mainly the pairs we trade. And the next week it's mostly just on FOMC and non-farm payrolls, which I believe will be moving the dollar rate as well. So this is it from me, and I wish you happy trading, my friends. Bye bye.